long time coming, ladies and gentlemen. But once again, Mr. Gary Kroger.
Thank you, Kenneth, and welcome all of you to the Gary and Kenny Show. As Kenny said, I'm Gary, and as Kenny said, he's Kenny.
Did
Kenny,
I say I'm
how
Kenny?
are you?
I don't think I said I'm Kenny.
Well, it's the Gary and Kenny Show, so by process of elimination, if I'm Gary, you must be Kenny.
Oh, yes, that's true.
We're clear on that,
are we
right?
identifying where we're coming from? Because I remember that was an interesting
Well,
point.
we
You didn't
always
want to
do,
that
but
anymore.
I'm in Waterloo, Iowa, where the sun is now so low that it comes right in and completely interferes. See, sunlight down here, not so much up here. It's driving me crazy.
That's because the Earth is like on an axis.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And it rotates, which is so unbelievable that we don't feel.
Are you saying it's round?
It just floors me that we know all of this stuff. And
it floors me that there are people who do. Would you know that if you weren't told that? Because you didn't discover it.
No.
Brilliant minds discovered these things. We are
absolutely
to be thankful for the fact that there are people so much smarter than we are.
You want to ask me about my trip?
Well, I have been trying to. I was going to segue. Speaking of Turkey, let's talk about Turkey.
Well, the first thing that happened was the war broke out in the Middle East.
Yeah. And you were a little hesitant to get on a plane, I'll bet.
Well, I don't know. I was
world?
trying to think about it, but I certainly had a lot of people on my Facebook page that were saying, maybe this is not a good time to go into that area of the world. Turkey is a Muslim country. I would think that any kind of terrorist attack by a Muslim terrorist group would not be in Turkey, because that would not be a good thing for them to do. So it was one of those things where I thought maybe the safest place for a Jew to be is right in the middle of all the Muslims.
So there you are in Turkey. I got all your pictures. I always find them. You give historical context, interesting context, and always a funny context. All of your posts.
And nobody responds but you and Shannon.
Well, we find them to be very, very funny.
So we go to Istanbul. And the first thing that I notice in Istanbul is, well, first of all, their airport is unbelievable.
Beautiful, right?
It's unbelievable. Have you been there?
Yeah. No, I haven't been there, but I've seen pictures.
Yeah, it's a gigantic mall. Yeah. It's just phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, it's not like you land in a foreign country and you go, wow, this looks so foreign.
I know. Yeah, third world.
Whatever. You get into you get off their airport, and the airport was, is a modern first world thing, which is fine. I'm not saying that they couldn't have a first world thing. They have a beautiful first world. I'm just saying that I remember times
you didn't expect
maybe you got out of the stagecoach and
you almost expected a bazaar, right?
Right.
And people dickering
and camel.
Yeah,
I thought maybe a guy on a camel.
Some thick coffee, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, it's a very modern facility. So then we do hire a person to take us around for the day, because you have to. When you go into these places, you're walking around and you're looking at rocks, and you have no idea what it is. So anyhow, she was great, and really kind of explained things, and basically, this is old, this is older. This was here from the Ottomans. And I'm like, they have so many civilizations that come through there.
Yeah, I know, right. The Ottomans.
The Romans did this, and the Greeks did this, and the Ottomans did this, and there's a lot of dates going on here.
Yeah.
And I can't follow, because some dates are before Christ, some
Once
are
this
after
was Mesopotamia,
Christ.
Right.
So you get your head pretty much filled up. And until the point that you just can't absorb any more information or dates. So, you drop that. But on the way, she says, you have to, part of our culture, you must, if you want to really see the Turkish culture, then I need to bring you to this place. And we're like, okay, let's go see the Turkish culture that's apparently at this place. And she brings us into a rug store. And all of a sudden, the guy jumps out. He's like the character from Seinfeld. Oh, yo, welcome. Let me show you. Come.
Yes. An American mark.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, where am I? Oh, look. So let me meet you, the merchant. She's a master weaver in our country. And this is a kind of interesting thing. What they do in Turkey, is a young woman, I'm not sure at what age they go, who are out in the villages. I guess that they're villages. In America, we would call them towns, but there they were villages. They go to the villages, and they go to the young women and they say, we will train you to be able to be a master weaver of rugs.
You?
Not me. No, I'm saying this is what they
the
do.
young woman. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is what the
we will
rug
train
dealers
this young woman to be a master
Turkey,
weaver.
They all offer, and it's totally okay.
Right.
It's a good thing for the women who have no future in the village. Because let's face it, how far can you really go in a village?
You can make coffee, you can weave rugs.
Right. So they go to the women, they go, come with us to Istanbul, and we will put you into a school, and we will pay for it, so that you can learn to weave a rug. And it takes 25 years to become a master weaver.
A master weaver.
And once you become a master weaver, you are worth a lot of money to the different rug companies.
But you're now 45 years old, too, as a master weaver, right? Or maybe you're 40 years old. Okay. Mm-hmm. So it's something you want to do.
Yes.
A young woman's like, this is
otherwise, you'd
awesome.
still be in the village.
Okay.
So now you're not in the village, but you are in this guy's rug place where she's hand weaving these rugs. Okay. So that's the first person he brings you over to and tells her story about how she became a master weaver.
Now, is the idea to get the American to buy rugs and have them shipped over?
Oh boy,
is there a little bit
are you quick on the uptake? This is just the beginning of the show, where I walk into the rug store.
It's like going into a timeshare. It's a rug share.
And it dawns on me about the same time. I'm like, hey, wait a second. I'm not here to buy a rug. I'm not going to buy a rug. I'm not going to buy a rug. And the guy's like, not yet.
Not yet. But you have not met.
Never.
Yeah.
Wait, let me show you. After he introduces me to the master weaver, and then he goes, oh, let me show you. Do you know how to know a good rug? How to see a good rug? What's a big difference between a good rug and a bad rug? And I'm like, no, I don't. No. And then the show starts.
The show. Are you alone, or are there other pigeons?
No, the woman that brought us our guide and my wife and I were in this big room surrounded by.
You're a mark. Yeah, there aren't a lot of other. I got to know. Did you buy a rug?
No,
is there one being shipped over?
The thing here is that was the most impressive thing was not their ability to make rugs, but to not take no for an answer. Because I kept saying to him,
"No, I'm not interested."
Rug, and he'd go, and then another thing would go. Do you know how to tell when where a rug has been, what the thread it is? No, I've never been. And go, and another 4 guys would bring out like a 20-foot rug. Okay.
Well, they also know the odds increase in their favor the longer they keep you there.
As far as I was concerned, I was a hostage.
Yeah.
I was a Jew.
Are you calculating
this is how they finally got me. This is how they finally got the one Jew who came to Istanbul.
You heard these sirens going off? It was language. Yeah. We've got one.
Exactly.
We've got a signaling.
Jew. They would come in at any moment. So I'm going, I'm going, listen, I have 2 dogs. One's 15 and a half and one's just a puppy.
And you don't
if I bring these rugs home, my dogs are going to pee and shit on it. So that's another reason why I'm just not going to buy your rug.
What would the rug have cost?
I'll get
20,000?
But before you said. So I say my dogs are going to shit on the rug. Okay? And he goes, oh, you don't have to put the rug on the floor. And now another chorus line of small rugs come that you hang.
Yes, of course.
The thing on the wall. So see, and I'm like, no.
Now you tell me you have birds.
Yeah, and I go, no. I'm not going to buy. I need to go. And he goes, you like Rocky? You know what Rocky is, right? Because we had Owen on.
Yeah, right.
And I had never heard of Rocky until Owen Mackin. To refresh people's memories, Owen Mackin is an actor who's on La Brea and films as well, and he was on our show, and he was talking about, you guys were talking about things that were important to you when you went to other countries, and he had said he learned about Rocky, and I was like, well, what the hell is that? Because I had never heard of Rocky. So now, not less than 10 days later, I'm in a place and the guy goes, you like Rocky? And I go, oh, wait a second. I want just bing. Yeah. I don't know. I never had it. A plate.
I've got to know. I'm waiting for you to pull out the rug that you bought.
No.
How did you get out? Because I know how, if you're a masterful salesperson, this is even true in the car business. When they're off the lot, you have no chance of a sale. Your best chance is keeping them there. They wear you down. You go, okay.
And then they get you drunk.
Because Rocky, then they get you drunk. Of course.
Was so fucking powerful. And it was only because Owen had warned me. I had not realized. By the time I was done with one, I was ready for the second one. But I remember what Owen said, so I tried to stop myself. But I would have had another one, and I was on that one glass. I was absolutely, just done. And I go, listen, it's great, Rocky. Oh, then I say to him, because now I'm drunk, and I'm like, all right, how much are the rugs?
And well, I know fine rugs are very expensive.
In fact, they need $15,000, $6,000 or whatever.
Now you can put them on.
But now, because I'm asking him now, because I'm curious.
Yeah,
well, we've been here for 45 minutes, and now he's got me drinking Rocky.
And you say, "Oh, that's too much money," but there's a payment plan. There's all sorts of ways to buy this rug. How did you get out? Or did you buy a rug?
Well, no. I mean, yes, it'll be here
Inquiring
on
minds
Thursday.
want to know.
Well, it's being shipped.
You have a rug being shipped?
Yeah.
Of course you do. Yeah. There's no way I could have gotten out of it.
No.
Ultimately, Kenny, we wish to please. You try every way you can to get out, but they know this.
That was the ransom money for me to get out. It was the price of getting out.
Did you just decide to fork over the several thousand, or are you paying $120 a month?
They take credit card. Okay. So anyhow, that's that. I know we've spoken for the past hour about me. I'd like to know about you, Gary. How are you? What's going on?
Well, I'm fine, Kenny. This has been a fairly serious show. Our foster child is out of the system and now living in Pittsburgh. But as foster children often do, once they're out of the system, they simply cut the ties to their past life. And so I really don't have any communication with him, which makes me, a little sad. I'd like to think that I could continue to mentor him, but that's not the case. No one's died. Norman Lear died. We are celebrating Christmas, as I thought this would be our special holiday show. I lit the tree.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Christmas is coming up.
I'm having a colonoscopy next month. I've agreed to play Dean Martin in the Rat Pack Lounge, which is
I saw that. I think,
and I'm going to shave for that and go as Dean Martin as I possibly can.
Yeah, no. But I'm curious.
Everybody loves somebody. Sometime.
Did you find a Sammy Davis Jr.? Because that's what's hard to find.
Yes, we found a singer and a dancer, and yes, he is black.
And short, though, right?
I haven't met him. I've just seen his picture and told that he's very talented. But, here's the thing, though, about this particular show. We are other people who Dean and Sammy and Frank assumes our bodies and we become them. So we don't have to be physical lookalikes in any way. Now, you don't, as an actor, you have to have a black actor play Sammy Davis Jr.
No, but of course they have to have a likeness to the person. What do you think Bradley Cooper just did with
But
Leonard?
if you find a Dean Martin that's short and stubby and he can sing and act like Dean, you go with it. I mean,
no, you don't.
Well, but we don't have
what do they call it?
We have 12 actors to choose from as opposed to
suspension of disbelief.
2000.
Suspension of disbelief. You cannot. You people cannot imagine a fat, white Sammy Davis Jr.
No, of course not. You get as close as you can, but like I say, Kenny, we have 15 people to choose from. We don't have 2,000 actors coming in. So you know, have to...
I'm not. I was just curious if I was casting it, I'd say, we're probably going to be okay with everybody, but finding a Sammy may not be that easy because my expectation would be that he was small in stature.
Yes.
And
and Dean Martin at one point picked him up in the real Rat Pack and said, "I'd like to accept this award from the NAACP." Which is, of course, a horrible ad lib, but it was funny at the time. We won't be doing that. No, I haven't met him. He could be tall. I doubt it. I have a feeling we're all about the same size.
Well, he's not fat, I hope. Sammy was never fat.
Sammy was never fat. Well, he dances and stuff. The guy,
There were some good fat dancers. Have you seen this Jardis commercial with this woman?
There are some good fat dancers. There's the Kenny quote of the day. There are some good fat dancers.
Well, you're seeing more and more of them, aren't you?
I mean, there's big. Don't you just?
There's a couple of big. Lizzo, I think she's a really big.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's
a larger person.
Larger. I think there's a few of them.
Yeah. Well, Chris Farley was as balletic as a big man can be.
Yeah, but people laughed at him.
They laughed at him, but he could really do the stuff. He really had physical prowess. He wasn't encumbered by weight.
I'm not doubting that. And I will say, and I'm going back to thank God. I don't want to say that we shouldn't have fat people dancing in public. I'm not going that far.
Like I said, I get goosebumps when you go down these roads, Kenny, because it's just going to mean more viewers.
Well,
and then I'll open up the Taylor Swift controversy and we'll put that quickly to bed.
All I'm saying is that back a long time ago, if you had dancers on like a variety show, there would be no fat dancer in any of those lines. Even though I'm sure there were fat people who could dance better.
You know what? And you go to a football game and you see the cheerleaders and the pom-pom people or whatever. Once upon a time, everybody was skinny. Now, colleges are saying, hey, if you audition, if you come and try out, anybody has. And I like that. I like looking at seeing.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up because I've noticed it too. I've noticed that they would cut away to cheerleaders every once in a while. A few of them were like,
I'd like them to include old white guys. I'd like to go down there.
Yeah, it's a little. You do. I mean, I'm fine with it.
Too much.
It's fine. It's just I like the old days because I'm an old fart. They take a shot of the cheerleaders, and you would go, "Oh wow, oh my ha ha ha," because we like that.
Well, that sexist ideal still exists in the NFL. You're not seeing a lot of diversity.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have Mark Gordon on the air.
Mark Gordon on the phone. Tell him he's interrupting a podcast.
Yeah, we really are, Mark.
Is that true?
Yeah. Where are you?
Wait, does Mark, is this like a friendly call? Like, I want to know how Kenny's doing.
Wait. I didn't hear him. Where are you, Mark?
I'm in the city. I'm in New York. I'm just leaving CAA on my way to get a bone scan.
A bone scan?
That's what happens when you get old. Your bones get, less... Get more brittle.
You're losing density, aren't you?
You're losing bone density.
Bone density thing, yeah. It's my mother had osteoporosis, and
so did mine.
I don't know whether it's genetic, but mostly women get it. I guess I'm embracing my female side. I also have an osteopenia. Actually, it is. It's.
Wait. So are you? Are you feel it? Are you like in pain, discomfort?
No. I just have to be careful.
Okay. So when you go out on stage, people should not say break a leg.
That's exactly right.
Or any lip. I love that he calls you in this time of vulnerability.
Right,
we really are. And we had no guest. And fortunately, you called. Yeah.
This this is kind of exciting for me.
Well, do you have a question?
Do I have a question?
He can't hear me, can he?
No, I think so. Can you hear Gary?
Yes,
Hello?
hi, Gary.
Oh, good. Hey, I'm so sorry to hear about your lack of density. I'm one of those too, Mark.
People have felt that I had a lack of density in many ways.
Welcome to my club. My mother had osteoporosis. I have scoliosis. So I worry about these things and the curvature of spines and lack of density of bone. I fear looking like Jabba the Hutt in the next 5 years.
You got to really, you got to pay attention. I'm doing a lot of balancing work. You're supposed to really make sure that you can, not fall over when you get old.
Yes, and grease those joints. Seriously, squats, my friend. Exactly. Squats.
I'm doing them. I'm squatting all the time.
Yeah. Kenny, want anything to add to that? Are you squatting more, Kenny? I know you're.
No, I don't. I'm not a squatter.
No,
I've never been a squatter.
Huh, I would have thought you would be.
I'm a sitter. I sit.
Wait a second. You guys are doing your show, just the two of you today?
Yeah, we can't get a guest.
We have trouble getting guests.
I don't know. Hey, but let me tell you. Hey, is it too late for him to join us on the Zoom? Can you join us on the Zoom?
I'm in a cab. I don't.
Oh, that's hysterical. Okay, so let me just introduce my friend Mark Gordon, who was on this show. Is a producer who's produced. I guess I call them iconic. Saving Private Ryan.
Yes, you'd call it iconic.
No. Wouldn't you call that iconic? Saving?
Absolutely, you'd call that iconic.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's very nice of you.
A Speed is iconic. I mean, it changed.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Yeah, you did good, Mark.
Well, I did my best.
Even Grey's Anatomy, TV.
Oh. Yeah.
Iconic.
It's because of that connection with Mark that my wife watches the show at all. She started with Mark Gordon and the Grey's Anatomy connection.
That's nice. Well, you've got 20 years of episodes to see.
She's still. I think she's probably on her 7th pass through every episode. It's just part of her life. It's in her DNA.
Now, Mark has moved on to the theater.
Yes, I know. I know all about Mark Gordon.
Movies and television, but we're doing theater. We had our first Broadway show open and close. It didn't do terribly, but
that was that was the one I saw.
Life of Pi.
Life of Pi. Boy, what a tough business, because that was a great show, and for that,
it was. I know. It's
Hey, Mark, I have never plugged myself to you as an actor. I resisted that. However, it is still my dream to be on a Broadway show. I am still vital. I still got the goods. I've got the chops. I am lively in community theater.
I'll tell you what I'll do. If you remind me after the holiday, we're going to set you up with a casting director who does the stuff that we're working on, but very, very big Broadway casting director. Maybe you could do like a little Zoom conversation.
I would do it for the experience itself, and if it led to something, you would be a better friend to me than Kenny.
Well, wait a second.
I would be.
I know, but I'm not just going to be. I'm just not going to stand by and let this go on without me.
You want to be an actor too now,
I could do something.
I know you could. You're pretty entertaining.
Kenny,
I'm entertaining. Absolutely.
This is my
Write
deal
something
with
for me.
This is me and Mark. This doesn't have to be about you.
No, I believe that's Mark.
Do you need a colonic?
No.
Or are you icon?
No, I'm neither. What I am is ironic.
Or ironic?
Mm-hmm.
Ironic. And a little cynical.
Yes.
Humorously cynical.
So tell me the movies for the people to know. What are the movies you're working on?
We are working on the first 2 in the series of the Narnia books with Greta Gerwig writing and directing.
Wow.
We started shooting in about a year.
Did you see Barbie?
I loved it.
Oh, you did not.
I did too.
You didn't like it?
No, not at all. Anyhow, I think her and her partner are absolutely brilliant. I love them.
Noah Baumbach and Greta?
Yeah. No, are they married?
I think they're married, but they may not be married. But I mean, they have 2 kids together, and they're married. They've been together for a long time. But it's funny that you asked that. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not either.
But God, they're great. He's lovely too. I spent a little time with him, and he's funny and smart.
I think they are married. Just as a side note, I think they are married.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he who Googles first wins.
And I'm going to win this. They're married.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So that's what you're doing in the movies, Narnia.
We're doing that. We're doing a couple of other things. We'll see how they go. We're casting some things. We've got a movie out to Chris Evans to do. Hold on one second. I'm just paying my cab fare here.
So you're at the airport now. You're getting out.
He's in the cab, live from the streets of New York.
He's leaving the cab now. He's paying the cab driver. So he's going to be somewhere.
He's paying cab right now.
I got to go to the doctor.
He's got to go to the doctor.
Oh,
wouldn't this be great? See, this would be a really good series.
Yes.
If all of a sudden we heard him scream and then a gunfire.
Yeah.
And a lot of yelling.
For you.
It would be fun if he were going to the proctologist and he stayed on the line with us.
Listen, I got to go. I just hadn't spoken to you in so
long,
and I'm glad I got to.
I know. Okay. Well, listen, when you get a chance, I'll call you back after get your bones checked.
Hey, Mark, good luck to you. And Mark, if you're serious, I'd love to take you up on this little proposition, but more seriously, good luck. Take care of the situation. Let me know what happens because I'm on that path.
I want you to seriously. I'll put you in touch with this casting director and let's see if we can hook you up with the Broadway show.
Oh, I would be the happiest man who ever lived. I think that might be my swan song, and I actually end. Of course, it would be fun,
but I'm really trying to work out where I play in this whole thing because it looks like you guys are gonna have to be. You guys are gonna be in New York, Broadway.
I'll get you house seats.
We'll have a party.
Oh, okay. I get to go to the opening.
You get to go to the opening.
Bye.
Come to the after party.
Bye.
That was fun. What a great guy! Just
that was a little like live television kind of thing going on.
Yeah, you're lucky to have such a lifelong friend as Mark. That's awesome.
Well, some people.
Hey, we're gonna have to call it quits, Kenny, because I have to go to a Christmas party. We Christians go to Christmas parties.
Are you gonna wear an ugly sweater?
No, I don't do that. Others do, but I will not do that. I wear my that's been highlighted throughout the entire show. Quickly, I want to mention you asked about me. The Taylor Swift controversy keeps coming up because now she's the person of the year, and so all the Swifties are writing to me saying we told you so. And I said I never said she wasn't extraordinary. I just take her down from Mount Rushmore. Maybe in 20 years you can.
I sent you the article that I think they're teaching us Taylor Swift program in one of the colleges.
Yes, that's right. Yes. I just think there's look, Beatlemania happened.
Let's roll back what you said. Can we listen?
I don't love the Beatles because of Beatlemania. I loved what they developed after that the most. That's why I put them on Mount Rushmore. It wasn't for Beatlemania. We're in Swift mania. Yeah, there's some really good music in there. I get it. I listened to the whole library because I was challenged to. And I, for the most part, Kenny, I'll be honest, and the Swifties will hate me, I didn't really care for it. It was overproduced, formulaic. Some of it was good. There was some diversity in genres. But for the most part, it wasn't music written for me, and it's not music that I enjoy.
You're walking a very thin line to getting canceled.
It's not even a thin line.
You're going to get canceled. Mark's finally going to give you a role in his play. And then
I know. But this is the man who hates Taylor Swift. Right. And box office will plummet. They'll picket the show. It's true. It's that dangerous. They really are an army. Yeah. Anyway, that's me and Taylor Swift.
All right. You better say goodnight to somebody.
Thank you for watching and or listening to the Gary and Kenny Show and our special surprise guest, Mark Gordon. That was fun, wasn't it, talking to Mark? I may have another job after this, so stay tuned for that. We'll get together again
soon. Nothing will ever.
Kenny, I'm not sure when our next show will be. Probably before the holiday, the Christian holiday, but during the holidays. But happy holidays regardless.
Well, I certainly hope so because I only got just to the beginning of my story of my trip. So it's a much longer story if anybody wants to.
Well,
next time I should probably bring pictures.
Yeah, or you should post them with the story. It makes the broadcast more interesting. Anyway, thanks for watching. You can listen to us on any of the popular podcast platforms. We have our own YouTube channel, The Gary and Kenny Show. Give us a thumbs up. And we are on DBNA streaming television. And Kenny, until next time, I'm off to drink some spiked eggnog, and I'll see you later. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we do.
Bye.
That's what we Christians do. All right. Thanks for watching and listening.
Bye.